regimechange.org. Today we're going to be talking about the financial markets. On Friday, the market went down 1,000 points, over seven to nine stocks. So it really didn't seem to be a glitch so much as a money or market manipulation. And remind you that the market went down, that came back up. There is a task force to prevent big swings. It was kind of interesting that over the weekend, the EU got together and decided that they needed to defend the euro and came up with a $750 billion package of loans to shore up the euro. I got a question for you. If you have a credit card and you're over your limit on the credit card and another credit card payment comes due on another credit card, do you pay your new bill with your overdrawn credit card or over limit credit card? No, because nobody will accept it. And that's really kind of the same way we need to be looking at what's going on in the markets right now. The European Union is out lending money to support the euro with what? Euros. Wow. That doesn't quite make sense, does it? And it shouldn't be making sense in the marketplace because there isn't necessary collateral to back the amount of loans being funded forward. You've heard the term austerity measures. Austerity measures. Austerity measures is when a government puts forth so many taxes and fees and so on and so forth on the people that people feel the squeeze. See, in the United States, we kind of roll that off our back. In Europe, though, that's going to cause big riots. And it should be causing them here in the United States also. Because that's tax and spend. Well, tax and spend when you're already already in huge debt. Governments around the world and financial institutions around the world just don't seem to get it. You don't spend yourself out of debt by encouraging more debt. But you look at the people asking government to incur more debt. They're the debt dealers, the banks. Let's stop talking to them as being banks and start calling them as dealers because they're acting like drug dealers. Pay us what we want or the whole thing's going to implode because you need more of what we got. They don't have anything because the dollar, the euro, it's all backed by nothing. Just perception. And the perception here is that it's not worth anything because it's not. Now, on another interesting point, we've talked in the past about the contango, and that's the amount of cost to carry or store oil for future delivery. Now, if current oil is selling for more than future oil, you have a large contango, in other words, a large cost to carry. And that's exactly what we had in the market going on before two things occurred. The first thing being the BP oil tragedy in the Gulf. The second, this bailout. And that's exactly what it is. It's a bailout for the euro. It's much worse than TARP was. Has it hit you yet? Austerity measures for bailouts for big institutions, whether they're oil or financial or government, means one thing to you, the individual citizen. You have less. Inflation is going to go up. Your savings are going to be taken away in the form of taxes and fees or low interest rates. The stocks, the stock market, have no value. When I was taking my economics courses many years ago, they told us in the stock market it was very favorable for companies to be trading 5 to 8 times their prospective value. In other words, their liquidated value or their income streams coming in. Now, if you look at the stock market and you look at these companies and you listen to CNBC, they're talking about companies trading at 20 to 40 to 60 times their value. $20, $40 to $60 more than each dollar. I guess in the boom period of the internet years, we got used to companies not making any money and borrowing. Now governments have begun to act the same way. Actually, they've been acting that way for years. It's just catching up. Remember the internet bust? What happens when governments bust? There's a forecaster out there that says, in his simple terms, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. And we're seeing that in Greece. Follow Greece for the next few days. Watch in Europe and watch the market. But right now, the stock market is a less safe bet than playing blackjack in Vegas. If you're in the market, get out of the market into each day, because you never know what's going to go on in Asia or in Europe while you sleep. And that's pretty much the advice for today. Anybody buying in is buying into nothing. And even though the dollar is backed by nothing and it has no value, it's still the monetary choice of change, of transaction. But for today, I'm Steve Vanderbilt for RegimeChange.org.